Okay, recording. So I'm actually going to go over one of the talks from Summit, which is probably what our team calls are going to be for a while now. And I'm actually doing a workshop that was from Kim Carver. He's one of the corporate guys. He works in the Provo office. And I just liked how he just made it all super simple and he laid out everything. So last year, they really put a huge effort forth to study the coaches who were successful in their businesses and to see if what they were teaching with the vital behaviors was like actually working or if they were just like preaching this dumb thing that none of the actual successful coaches did. And so they studied them, and it turns out they do the vital behaviors. And he has 6 things that he feels the successful coaches did to actually apply the vitals and use them in their everyday businesses. So the first one was they use the Beachbody products daily, and they share their journey with those products. So that means that you are completing programs from start to finish, and you are sharing your success with the lifestyle and how you use the products. And you're going to be your own best customer. So to successfully share your journey with the products and your stories, there's a couple of different ways to do that, but I just want you guys to make sure that you're not doing it this way. So the wrong way would be to hold your product up in a selfie and say, this is our pre-workout and it's so awesome. Do you want to buy it from me? That would be the wrong way to market or share your story. The right way would be like, don't even show the bottle or the package or anything. Just like have your mug of or cup of whatever of your yellow juice and have a nickname for it. I call it Mom Crack. I think Erin calls it Mama Go-Go Juice or whatever. And just say, thank heavens for this Mom Crack because I got 3 hours of sleep thanks to our 3-year-old toddler, but I still want to get my workout in so I can be a happy mom today. And if it weren't for this stuff, I wouldn't be able to do it or something like that. So just show how it plays into your lifestyle rather than just like, I like Shakeology. I had my shake. I got my workout. Tell the stories behind all that stuff. Like, why do you work out? Why do those products help you in your everyday life? What do they do for you that you didn't have in your life before you were using these products? That kind of stuff, so that your posts go a little bit deeper than the superficial, hey, I love this stuff, because people don't really care about that unless it's lip gloss, right? Okay, so number 2 is to engage daily in personal and professional development. And we hear this one all the time. And I'm one of those coaches like, yeah, I do that, but I don't do it religiously every single day. And that's one of the things I got out of Summit is that I need to be doing it every single day. It needs to be scheduled just like my workout, when I'm going to do personal development and how long and what I'm going to listen to and all that stuff. And I will tell you that what I've gleaned from the top coaches is that they listen to personal development way more than other coaches, like hours a day instead of just 10 to 20 minutes. So make sure that that is a priority in your life because it really does make a huge difference. And not only should you be listening to it or reading it, you should be applying it. So make sure that you're not just absorbing information without putting it into practice, because that's really where the magic happens. And I have learned too from my business, like you are only going to progress as quickly as you grow yourself. So if you have a lot of limiting beliefs, you don't feel like you're ready for a 6-figure business, you're not going to have one until you become the person who is ready for that kind of commitment and that kind of responsibility. So that's where your personal development comes in. Okay, the third one. If you guys have questions, just unmute yourselves and go ahead and interrupt me. So otherwise, it's going to be like the fastest call ever. Number 3 is to enroll at least 3 new customers every month, which is not news to us, right? We know that we need to hit Success Club 5 in the minimum. And to do that, we need to sign up 3 people. So that's not new. But this is another thing that I need to be doing as well, is you need to add at least 1 coach every month. And that's going to give you like super slow baseline growth. If you want more growth than that, faster growth, you're going to have to add more. But your bare minimum should be 3 new customers, 1 new coach. Every single month, that would put you at Success Club 8. So if you stretched your goal and added 2 coaches, then you'd hit Success Club 10, which would definitely help you grow your business a little bit faster than Success Club 5. And in order to do that, you have to have something to invite people to. If you don't have a challenge group with a start date, you don't have a Coach University with the start date, and you guys can use Brigida's. You don't have to do one yourself, so don't let that freak you out. Then you're never going to invite people. Okay, you can't just like, I don't know if you guys listened to the National Wake Up Call last week with Ellie, somebody, but she said, if you don't have specifics to invite people to, then it's just going to be confusing. If you're just like, oh, hey, yeah, I have this group, I'm going to start it, I don't know when, but I'll start it and it'll be fun, then it's not as solid as if, hey, I have a group, it's starting July 16th, this is the program we're going to do, it's going to be super awesome, this is the name of it. It's just way more solid. And so make sure that you are running a challenge group every single month with a solid start date. And she said, even if you have a Facebook group that you just keep open, you just add new people in, have a day that you add new people in. Have a restart date every month. So those people that kind of start to slack and fall off, they have a start fresh date as well. Okay. You also need to post daily on social media. And you do need to post those call to action posts once in a while. I would say once a week, at least, if not more, to join your challenge group or your team. That's where you say, I'm looking for 5 women for this, comment below, get your information, that kind of a post. And you're not going to get a ton of engagement on those posts. Just know that, but you still have to kind of put that out, put that out there so that people know that you do work with people and help them, and that you have like solid, structure to your business, that you really do help people, and that you're looking for people who want help as well. And then you have to be expanding, connecting, inviting, and following up every single day. So I think that they have changed the first vital behavior from invite, invite, invite to expand, connect, invite, follow up. Now expand means that you are adding people to your social networks. So you're sending friend requests on Facebook, or you're running ads, you're following new people on Instagram, you're following new hashtags and new accounts, and that's how you're going to get more eyeballs on your pages. So that's a super important part of our business. And then connect is just developing new relationships, talking to people. The easiest way is to talk to people who are watching your stories and who are liking and commenting on your posts. Because those people have already met you in a way, right? They already have seen a couple of your posts. They know what you're about. They're not going to freak out when you reach out to them in some way to strengthen your relationship and get to know them better. And then after that, you need to invite. Everyone that you've connected with, you need to eventually invite, or else your connection will be a missed opportunity to offer that person what we have found through Beachbody. And then following up, of course, with people you've talked to in the past, people you forgot to invite, people who told you no or not yet, or we're going on vacation, or all the bajillion excuses we get all the time. But you have to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up, and that is 100% true. And I will tell you that almost every single Success Club point I've ever been given was from a customer that I had been talking to and following up with for 3, 6, 12 more months than that. So make sure you're following up with people and keeping track of lists of names so that you can do that. And then I really like this point of his. He's like, as you're doing all of that stuff, you have to realize that it takes time to fill your pipeline. Since people aren't typically going to sign up on your first contact with them or your first invite with them, you just have to keep inviting along the road. And as people keep telling you no, 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 like in 3 to 6 months, a couple of those people from the beginning are going to say yes down the road. So if you're just starting out, or maybe you've taken a break from the business or whatever, and you just re-engage in all these activities, just be really patient for 3 to 6 months, and then I think you'll see that some yeses will start rolling in. And the more consistent you are, and the more invites you send along the way, the more yeses you will have falling into your funnel as time goes on. Okay? So number 4, we're halfway done. Number 4 is to create value for your existing customers. And this is something that I want to work on myself, because I feel like my first 80-day obsession group was awesome, and so I just added new people to that and thought we could keep the magic rolling, but it's totally fallen flat on its face. My 2B Mindset group has fallen flat on its face. So the first point to this is to run effective challenge groups. Make them fun, make them an experience, make them something that hold your clients accountable to the programs that they signed up for. One thing I did with my first round of 80-day obsession is I offered a $100 prize after each phase. And that's something that came out of my business account, right, out of my own pocket. But they had to give me before and after pictures for each phase. They had to track their workout and their shake every single day on the Challenge Tracker app. And they had to be on Shakeology or Performance Line to be eligible for the prize. And that worked really great. I got more before and after pictures than I have ever gotten. And that made it so easy for my challengers after the program was done to just be able to submit their results to the Beachbody Challenge. So that was really nice too. We did a couple of contests within the group because that was a 90-day group. We did some FitGo contests, and Katie Barrera has the image for that, but it was a bingo card, and they had to do 5 of the activities throughout the week to be able to be in the drawing for the prize for that. So anything creative like that that you see along the way, save those ideas and then use them in your challenge groups. And then you need to recognize and celebrate meaningful achievements. So that is having a non-scale victory shout out for your challengers. That's, a challenger hits her first 5, her first 10 pounds lost. That's a coach getting their first customer, the first time in Success Club, anything like that. So, hey, Bassie, I will ask Katie to share that picture. I don't have it, but yeah, I'll ask her to share it with us. So recognition is one of our vital behaviors as well. So especially if you don't have a team, don't feel like you can't do that. You can do that with your customers. So make sure that you're trying to find ways to do that as well. People love to be recognized. They just love their name on a graphic or a shout out or anything like that. They just love being recognized and praised for their work. So number 5 is to, I can't read my notes. Drive duplication with all the coaches on your team. So he had a point that I never heard before, but he said, help your first coaches get their first customer within their first 10 days. So that they have that first success right off the bat. They have someone to coach right away. And it just gets them feeling like they can do this business, right? If they get a customer within the first 10 days, that's a big deal. So make sure that you help them do that and then recognize them for that. And then train your coaches to do the vitals, what we just talked about, expand, connect, invite, follow up, post on social media, be a product of the product, all that stuff that you guys have heard a million times. Help your new coaches to do those things and really help them see that the business is super simple and we don't need to overcomplicate it. And then the last point he had was to keep commitments to yourself, your team, and to Beachbody. So if you commit to a fitness program for your own health journey, then do it. Stay with it and commit to it. And that doesn't mean you need to be perfect. Doesn't mean you can't miss one workout or, have a cheat meal or whatever once in a while, because I feel like it's important also to show people that we're not perfect, but we still find success in our programs. So it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It just means you have to stay committed. And those are 2 different things. Just a second. Okay, I messed with my screen. And I like this point he had too. He said commitment precedes decision. I think that's backwards. Decision precedes commitment and commitment precedes action. So it's like the model, right? Decide, commit, succeed, or whatever. Those things will help each other out if you do them. And then action will give you confidence and competence to feel like you really can do this. Treat your business like a business. And I feel like that is also something that the top coaches have done right from the get-go, where some of us maybe felt like, oh, it's a hobby, it's a side thing. I'm my own boss, which means I don't really have to work. But if you want to make this work, you need to treat it like a business. Treat it like the business you want it to be. You want it to be a 6-figure business? Well, you're going to work a heck of a lot harder than the person who just wants to earn $500 extra money, right? So decide what you want from it and realize how much work, you're going to have to back that up with. I started out as a hobby coach. I was pregnant, super busy, and I've realized as time has gone on that I want it to be a business. So now I'm starting to put more time into it because I do want it to be a 6-figure business in the next 1 to 2 years. So I know that I've got to show up every day and treat it like a business. Be here from a year from now. And I don't know if you guys hear that as much, but when I first started, I heard that so much, like be here in a year. And to me, that felt like, okay, if I do this business for a year, then I'm going to be making a lot of money. And then I can just like kind of relax a little bit and sit back and it'll all work out. But I promise you that's not how it is. To me, be here from a year from now means that you're going to commit to doing this work for a year. You're going to pump the well, fill your pipeline, and a year from now, then you'll just start to like feel like things will work out for you if you're consistent every day for a whole year. It doesn't mean that you're going to be arrived, like it's going to be made a year from now. It just means that you're going to just keep committing to that long-term goal, and you're going to have the marathon mindset to realize that it takes 3 to 5 years to build a business typically, you guys. That's not going to happen overnight. And the more patient you are, the better off you'll feel about everything. And this is another thing I haven't done as well, but he's talked about how we need to develop vision and purpose for your business. So you need to decide, like I said, what you want out of it. What do you see you and your team being able to do in a year or 2 years? What do you want out of this? And keep that in the forefront, but also help other people see your vision so that they can join with you, and you'll collect the right kind of people to your team. So you'll have like similar visions and you'll all like vibe together, and it will be better that way. He said successful coaches give at least 1 focused hour every day just to expanding, connecting, inviting, and following up. And I would say if you want this to be a business that can bring you home from work or your husband home from work, you're going to have to put in more time than that. But in the minimum, put in 1 very focused hour and make sure that you spend a lot of that time inviting people to the business and to the challenge groups. And then my favorite thing he said was just to find joy in it. Find joy in the coaching. Find joy in the process, and find joy in the journey along the way, and make it fun. I feel like the coaches who are successful have found a way to make it super fun. Like I remember Brigitte was telling me that Keisha Fitzgerald, she was telling Brigitte like she kind of feels guilty because she feels like this business is so much fun, and she is like kicking butt, making 6 figures a year. And to her, it's just super fun. But she finds ways to make it fun. She's very aware of her personality and what she finds fun. And so she incorporates that into her daily business hours. I know like she times herself. And so she makes it a race to see how many people she can follow on Instagram in 22 minutes. And that makes it super fun for her. She does a ton of team calls too. And I think that she really enjoys that. So listen to music while you power hour, like whatever makes it more fun for you, then do that. And then when you bring on people to your team, make sure that you're committed to them and that you're engaged and supportive of your coaches. It doesn't mean you have to babysit them. It doesn't mean that you have to spend more time helping them than working your own business, because that won't help you either. But just create a fun, loving culture that people want to be a part of, and they feel loved and they feel included and they feel needed. And make sure you're contributing to your team. Rising tide floats all boats is one of the things he said. So if you're rising and you're helping your teammates rise, then we'll all get to our goals and we will all enjoy the ride while we're doing it. So those are the 6 things he talked about, and I really liked them. Just to repeat them, I'm going to go over them one more time. So the first one was use Beachbody products daily and share your journey. Number 2 was engage daily in personal and professional development. 3 was enroll at least 3 new customers and 1 coach every month. 4 was create value for your existing customers. 5 was drive duplication with all the coaches on your team. And then 6 was keep your commitments to yourself, your team, and to Beachbody. Anyway, I really just liked how simple he made it. And once again, while I was at Summit, I really was reminded of how simple this business is, but there's some little things that we kind of get away from, like tracking numbers. And if you guys are in Team for Work Fitness, I know Brigitte posted about this today. I was keeping track of the names of the people I was talking to, but I wasn't keeping track of how many like connections and invites and follow-ups I was doing every single day. So me and my personally developed sponsored coaches are now going to keep track of our numbers, and we're going to turn them into each other every Saturday. So that's something that I know that I needed to re-engage in. But, you know, otherwise, I mean, I have like 10 pages of notes, and I feel like it still all really comes down to the vitals. And some of it, some of it was like using social media and, new tips and tricks for that kind of stuff. But it really always is the basics. I've been a coach for over 4 years, and the basics just always win the day. So that's all I had tonight, ladies. Do you guys have any questions or comments? It's only 4 of us. I don't know what happened to Leslie. She was going to get on here, but anyone?
No, I don't have any questions, but I love that he makes it so simple. And if we do treat it like a business, it will be successful. I just feel like if we make it a priority in our day, every single day, it doesn't have to be our whole day. All in doesn't mean every day, all day long. It just means a little bit every day. And I really like that.
Yeah, I think and when I first started, I felt like it was hard to fit into my day, which is retarded because I was taking naps every day before I was a coach. But you fill the time you have. So before you start coaching, you're doing stuff, and you just have to learn to rearrange your day, cut stuff out, and just like Erin said, make it a priority. Just as much as your workout gets scheduled every single day, your power hour for your business is your workout for your business. It needs to happen at least 5 days a week. So yeah, and sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 4 for me, but I try to sit down for at least an hour every single day. If I have more time, I spend more time. But if I don't have a lot of time, I get in what I can. And it's the consistency that matters the most, really. All right, well, I'm thirsty and I'm done, and I like to keep my calls short. So I'm going to say good night. And
thanks, Brenna.
You're welcome. I'm going to get this on the team page too, so tell your coaches and your other peeps about it so they can watch it.
Okay, I'm literally doing my workout while we're on team call.
Okay, that's a great way to multitask. Good job.
Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Brenna.
Okay, we'll see you, ladies.